Welcome to Nuggets for Christian Living with the Sanctuary Fellowship. Today we want to talk about the two builders in the Bible. Reading from the book of Luke chapter 6 verse 4 to 9 from the English Standard Version. Everyone who comes to me and hear my words and does them, I will show you what he is like. He is like a man building a house who dug deep and laid the foundations on the rock. And when the flood arose, the streams broke against that house and could not shake it, because it had been well built. But the one who hears and does not do them is like a man who built a house on the ground without a foundation. When the stream broke against it, immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great. We see here Jesus concludes his Sermon on the Mount with a startling warning. Those who hear his word but do not put them into practice are building their lives on sand, destined for collapse when the storms of life hit them. Only those who hear and obey are building on the solid rock that will withstand any trial. The rock represents someone who hears Jesus' teaching and obey them and build a life on his words. This leads to a strong, unshakable life even in the face of trials. The sand represents someone who hears Jesus' teaching but does not obey them and do not build a life on his word. This leads to an unstable life and is unable to stand in the face of trials. So here it is that Jesus is giving an illustration of two persons. They are both in the same job spec, builders, but their approach to building is not the same. Jesus is instructing the disciples in the right way they ought to build, because if they don't, they could fall into disasters. So let's look at the two categories he placed those builders in. 1. A wise builder. 2. A foolish builder. Let me ask you this question. Which category would you place yourself in today? A wise or foolish builder? Let's hear what James has to say about this in chapter 1, verses 22 to 23 and verses 25 from the Good News Bible. He said, "Do not deceive yourself by just listening to his word. Instead, put it into practice. If you listen to the word but do not put it into practice, you are like people who look in a mirror and see themselves as they are. But if you look closely into the perfect law that sets people free and keep on paying attention to it and do not simply listen and then forget it, but put it into practice, you will be blessed by God in what you do." James is saying, prove yourselves as doers of the word and not merely hearers who delude themselves. How is a person who hears the word deluding himself? Because they just listen to it, when the truth is that is not enough. You have to do it. Hearing Jesus' teaching is not enough. True wisdom lies in putting those teachings into practice in our daily lives. We are warned to be as the wise builder who built his house upon a rock foundation, so that it will be able to withstand the boisterous winds and storm that most certainly will come. So are we to build up our spiritual lives. We are also warned not to be like a foolish builder who chose sand to build on, and when the boisterous wind and storm came, his house collapsed and was destroyed, because his foundation was not built on the rock. What did these two builders did? They both built a house and both passed through a storm. The house represents a person's life, decisions, and purpose. The storm represents life's challenges and trials. How we handle life challenges and trials reveal whether our life is built upon the solid foundation of the Word of God or not. Let us observe something about the storms. It was the same storm that passed over both of these houses, revealing that the type of storms you go through are the same type of storms that we all go through. And sometimes God allowed the storms to pass through our lives to reveal what we have built upon. This parable of the two builders drives home a crucial point. Obedience to the Word of God is not optional, it is essential. If we are not obeying Jesus, we are not truly following Him. These two builders made decisions that had consequences during their lifetime. One carefully thought out his plans and dig deep and laid his foundation on a rock. The other, whether from laziness, impatience, or lack of resources, built directly on the sand. When violent storms come, that is the time a foundation is tested and stressed. Only the foundation on the rock remained standing. The one on the sand was not solid to sustain the stresses of the wind and disastrously collapsed. Let's get specific. When is the last time you purposefully changed something in your life and did something different than you were going to do because of what you read or heard in the Word of God? Or are you just going to fellowship and sitting, listening, walking out and living the same way you were before you came in? Simply listening to Jesus' teaching is not enough. Nodding in agreement is not enough. Even loudly affirming its truth is not enough. We must act on what we hear. James says you are deceiving yourself if you are living like that and thinking that you are a Christian. Jesus said, real Christianity is building your life on the rock and not just about hearing His words. Building your life on the rock is about doing what His word says. We cannot just say we are Christians or attend church or read the Bible and then don't do what the Word of God says. A life that is not grounded in the Word of God will not stand up against the trials that comes our way in this life, but will have us depressed, anxious, overwhelmed, and hopeless. There is no neutral ground, no second or third option. We are either building on sand or on the rock. Yes, we all seek to build our lives on a foundation we hope is secure. It's human nature to seek safety and stability. We all face storms that batter us and threaten to destroy us. Life inevitably brings trials and hardship. Some will make it through these storms with their faith intact, while others will not. Why? Because they built on a faulty foundation, not in faith. In the book of James, chapter 2, verse 26 from the Good News Bible, it says, so then, as the body without the spirit is dead, also faith without action is dead. Put your faith into action. The key difference is this. The wise builder both hears Jesus' words and put them into practice. The foolish builder hears but does not obey. If you want to survive the worst storms life can bring, there is only one way. Keep surrendering more of your life to Jesus. Keep inviting Him to show you areas of disobedience. Keep asking for His help to change. It won't be easy. Our flesh resists submitting to anyone or anything, but the rewards are beyond measure. Jesus promises that those who obey Him will experience intimate fellowship with the Father Himself. We see this in John chapter 14, verse 23, reading from the New Living Translation. Jesus replied, all those who love me will do what I say. My Father will love them, and we will come to them and live with them. So, let us commit ourselves anew to hearing and obeying the Word of God. Let us dig deep. and build our lives on the unshakable foundation of Jesus Christ Himself, the Word of God. We can live our lives with confidence when we live according to the Word of God. It is not just about listening or talking, but is also about doing. Thank you for joining Nuggets for Christian Living with the Sanctuary Fellowship.